Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Okay, so we're gonna get right back into this. Sorry I haven't posted in the past week and a half. I've been super busy. I'm trying to do so many things. We got some other reviews we're gonna be doing on some products coming up. I've been doing some working on in the background on a couple other things, like getting stuff prepared for our 62 Falcon LS swap. Just so many things, and then plus work and everything else on top of that. All right, let's jump right in this thing. So what we're gonna do is, we have a little deformation from the weld, which I figured it was gonna do. So what I'm gonna do is, let me bring you on this side here. Okay, I think what we're going to do first is, well, on the back side of it though, but I want you guys to see on this side. So we'll get this lined up where we want it at, and I'm going to get a piece of steel that the same thickness and put it on that side, so I know that we're going to be, when we put that wall on, we're in the right place on both sides. So once we get that squared up, I'm going to get some tacks along each corner on the inside of this panel, and then I'm going to push this out to get it even and straight. Get a nice weld in there, and once we do that, I'm gonna pull down on that way and pull the sides out. So I don't know if you guys can see over there. Yeah, you guys can. Okay, so if you can see here, skinny here, and the gap's open there, meaning we're going in on both of these. So once we do that here, I'm gonna pull down, push that out, get this side down first good. Then we'll go to that side and do the same thing. That should straighten us out tremendously. Probably not all the way. I just got a thing that popped up and said new firmware available for that gimbal. I need to update that thing. Okay, that's probably good there. Get this corner good. Make sure this side's all right. Yes, okay. So we're pretty good where we're at. It's gotta go that way just a hair, right about there. Okay, that's to that edge. That's to that edge. Need us a little more. Okay. Let me double check this one. Okay, good. Okay. I'm gonna update that firmware real quick, guys, because I'm having a connection problem with the Wi-Fi part. It's wanting me to connect Bluetooth. It never has before, so let me straighten that out real quick. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, I went through a couple of them firmware upgrades and taken forever, so I'm gonna do it later. I got most of them done. There was like 6 on there. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try to tack that side down first real quick. All right. Man, that magnets. Okay, I see. Well, that ain't no big deal. There's a spot in this wall here that's kind of holding this corner up just a touch, but that's not gonna bother me. It's still okay. I'm gonna go ahead and tack it. Okay. By the way, guys, there's been so many little things I've been doing off camera with this welder. It's been just a delight, really has. I've been talking to a guy about the dual pulse, single pulse thing. I'm working on all that. I'm probably gonna do a revised review on it again, just on that part. But I do believe you gotta do different gas to get it to be, he's saying, a better weld. So we'll see, we'll play with that in another day. Okay, I'm wondering, yeah, that'll work. I'm gonna have to prepare for this. Let's see, because I can get this after I get these corners down. I think that'll be better, because I'd like to get maybe something clamped here and push out on that with a porta power a little bit and get it completely straight. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm trying to see how I'm gonna do this. Let me get my other glove on. It sucks because I'm right-handed. Let's see if I can get that. Ah, come on. I gotta be ready for this. No, I'm trying to not go too far with it. Good. I'd already got that one looking better. And this side's easier. I'm gonna wait on that one just to make sure it's where I want it. Oh yeah, it helped it a ton. Okay, I got these little things here and I need to try to get this thing leveled out somewhat. I think I got it tight. Yep, I do. Okay, we'll put something underneath it. I need it just a little. I'm gonna use this plate. See where that puts us. Oh, a little hot there, buddy. See, because this corner's got me in a bind there, so there we go. We're good now. Okay, let me look at this a little. I think if I do what I said with that and get that out, it's only got to go out like, well, here, let's do this. Okay, so our ends are at roughly an inch. The middle is at right about 1.25 inches. So we got to go out 1/4 inch. Okay, to make it even with the ends. Let me figure out what I'm going to put in here. It sucks having to get that whole porta power down, but I might have to. And then I can maybe clamp a clamp here real tight and then push against it. I mean, 1/4 inch is nothing. I can probably try to, let me figure it out real quick. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, that turned into a whole thing. I had my ram, I'll have to show you one day. I made this little cutter and I had the ram on that and I had to change the inner piston out of it because it wouldn't fit my ends because it was made for the other thing, just a whole bunch of stuff. So anyways, I got it back together, everything's working. The middle's ready. I'm gonna hit like one on each side here of that, and then we're gonna come over here and over here and hit it again. But it's working out good. I had to put these grips behind this clamp. It was starting to push the clamp a little bit, but I got this side right at the correct measurement in the middle. And like I said, those two ends, we're gonna have to do the same thing to them. We got enough, okay. I'm serious, guys. The more I play with the settings and work with this thing, it is so nice. Okay, let's move down to, I had that thing cranked too. It's still right about here. I probably should have let that. In these other areas because they was already real close. I just want it to be straight. Yeah, I think I'm out now. Yep. Okay. I think I got it all. No, it's about right there. Oh yeah. Yep. Okay. Let's get one on this side of it. Okay. I think I want to do one more right here. Wound. Right about in there. Actually, I can go probably like that. You guys had done it again. I pushed record and I saw the counter going. I just went back to end it. It was already off. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with that thing. I got so many issues with these stupid cameras and gimbals. I don't know why. It's always something. You know what I mean? Anyways, I don't know what I'm gonna have to go back and look, see what you've seen, but I pumped out on it and got it measured on the other side and I tacked it in place, but that's as far as I went so far. It's standing and looking way better. So I wanna make this top piece here. Let me see if you're in focus here. Nope. Okay, I wanna make that top piece right there and get it in so we can kind of get it leveled out the way we want it. The rest of this is going to get worked with that side piece. And remember, this one's going to be removable. So I'm probably going to put tabs, kind of like we did the bead roller, and then we'll screw them to it. We'll put some across the bottom, a few, and up these sides, and maybe one in that loop there, a couple in that loop. I don't know, we'll see. That way we can remove it. Because I am going to put some stuff in here. I don't know what yet. Something's going to have to go in here. A power supply. This depends on how we do all this. I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll do it as we're going. We'll do it. Let me get this measured and cut out real quick, and then I'll bring you back when I'm trying to figure out how we're going to bend it. I need like I don't know if I got an old empty tank that we can just bend around. That would probably be perfect. Let me try to find something, and I'll bring you guys right back. Okay, so what I've been doing here, I went ahead and on the front, well, I don't know what you want to call this, front or back or whatever. So this was concaved in a little bit. I heated it from the back side and cooled it with a cool rag and got most of it out. I tapped on it with a hammer. So I'm not concerned about if there's any like lumpy bumpies in it because I'm going to grind it down and then I'm going to just skim it with a little mud. Same with this. This had a big old lump out in it and I heated it and pounded it in and it turned out super nice now. And now let me take you around real quick. Okay, now it's actually, if you look, we've got a good, it's kind of straight now, this way. It used to be way that way, and this was out this way, and that wall there was, like I said, it was concaved in like that. And here you can see where I hit on it after I heated it. But it's all in now, and it's nice. We'll skim out with a little mud. This side here, I ain't did anything to it yet. It looks kind of okay. It is gonna need more of a curve through here. This is too straight. So I'm gonna probably have to, if you look up here, see that? That needs to, the front of this needs to go that way, and then we need to get a nice little curve in here. And I'll show you with that panel on it. See how this one is? See how I got that one kind of where it needs to be at. It's really close. But I wanted to show you guys. We'll do a little bit on camera now on the other side. I wanted to show you what I've done. Let me show you the, well, where'd I put it? Here it is. Okay, so my tack weld popped off down here. I need to get it back. It's just a hair off. I need to get it. But I'm gonna weld this hole on both sides and grind it smooth so it's just a curve, because I want that to look like one continuous metal all the way around. Same with these upper edges. Once we get that welded in and across the sides in there, we'll weld it and grind it all smooth. So when you look at it, it's all like one complete unit. So this one here, if you can see, it's pretty close. And once I get this back out, and what I'll do is I'll get both sides real close. This is pretty close. And then I'll make a line on the back of this, and we'll just clean that up so it's perfectly matches it on both sides. This side here, we're good all the way pretty much through here, except for that curve we just talked about. So we need to kind of heat on that a little bit, kind of give it a pull. What I've done was took both hammers, I stuck one on this side and tapped on this side. We'll do it here in a minute to try to get it to curve in. So let's go ahead and do that and get that one ready so it can start cooling off. And then we'll do some welding on our sides there. I cut this piece out, and I think the way I'm going to do this is I think it goes on like this. Yeah, like that. So what we'll do with this is kind of like we did when we was doing our plating. Can you guys? Oh, that thing just shot over somewhere on its own. Look at that. Me and my cameras, buddy, I'll tell you. Okay. Sorry guys, here's that plate. I was just saying, the one I cut out for the top. What we'll do with it is kind of like we did these. I'm going to use the brake and the press brake, and we'll just go in and do little small bends all the way through. Try not to get no sharp lines in it, and if we have to when we're done, we'll throw a little bit of mud down in there, because we're going to weld to that, the base for the top of this. I'm not sure if I'm going to weld directly to it or if we're going to bolt that to it yet. Let's get this bottom piece done first. Like I said before, we're doing this as we go. So let's go ahead and do what I just said. Hang on guys, I'm gonna get the torch out. I'll bring you right back. Yeah, I still ain't went and got gas for this. Actually, I'm gonna get them both filled because they're both kind of low, but hopefully we'll make it through this. All we're gonna do here is just heat on this back side a little bit, and then we'll form it with both hammers. Because everywhere else is pretty close. We don't want to mess it up. Straighten that top out too. This also relaxes it where we welded by doing this. These are, guys, if you think about it, this is a lot of curves in this thicker steel. It's hard to get this stuff to lay right if you don't do something like this. And that's why we had that front where had that concave in it. These sides still ain't. That side's good now, but this is what I had to do to it to get it good. Yeah, it ain't just gonna rest. If it was thinner, you could shape it around your knee and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? But I want it to look like this, so it's a little bit more work, a little more harder work. Sometimes getting what you want is you got to work a little harder for it. Sorry guys, that is loud. Let's see where we're at. Ooh, that's pretty nice. So we got a little bit right here we need to curve. Right through here. Let's see, I want to take that one. Man, we've actually got this side a little bit better than that side. Yeah, we can, man, just a little bit more. Like right through there. Woo! Things will wear you out. Everything's falling down. All right. We are pretty close here, guys. Real close. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get, it's really just, let me put a mark in it from here up. Okay, let's get a little more heat on that. See what we got. Oh man, we're just about perfect, guys. We got a tiny bit right here that I can just clean off of this piece. I ain't fooling with that no more. And our top is pretty straight. This side even looks better. I'm just going to have to trim that up to through here a little bit on this plate, and I'm good with that. And then when we bolt this on, it'll be perfect. Okay, we're done with that, with the heating and banging and loud noises.
Loud noises!
I'm gonna let that cool a second. I'm gonna wind the torches up, get the welder ready so we can weld some of this stuff up, and then we'll start doing our work to that panel to get it to fit in there. So give me a second. Okay, I hit that a little there. I pulled out on it and got it where I wanted it at. I'm just gonna hit this a little bit through here. Let me get a little bit of this spatter so we don't get that stuff sticking on our feet and the threads of that. I just want to get a little bit on this, on both sides. Let's do this side first. I'm actually gonna go that way. Okay, get a little down here. I'm gonna hit this side real quick. Get a little bit of this on there so we don't fill it up. It had some on it. Woo, ha, ha, ha. All right, we got those in place. Let's see what we don't need this for a little bit. Let's just see where we're at with the panel. Oh man, you guys, we're looking really good. Like I said, I got to clean up a little bit through here on this side. That'll be just fine. Once we get our top one in, we need to get it in 14 1/4, so 7 1/8. Now what we'll do, I'm going to make, I don't know, 1/4, 1/8 inch apart lines, just so when we put it in there, we know it's even from left to right. Because you can just do this without making the lines, you know what I mean? Let's get some over here. I have no idea what's going on with that thing. It stops recording on its own, so I don't know. I got to keep watching it. Okay, so we got our marks. I'm going to do a couple, and then I'll do some more without the camera because this is going to take some time. And if we go too far, we can always pull it apart. See, the closer you go on your lines, the less marks you'll have in the metal. I'm just going real easy. We can always go more, you know what I mean? Let's see where we was. Let's just see if we're going in the right area. Yeah, that's a lot there. That's a lot. Okay, I need to just go out more on this side. A lot more. I'm probably gonna have to pound it out. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get some more bends in it and then give her a straightening. Shape to it on the outside, and then we'll pound it back out. So I want to go right about in there. Okay, now we got a U. Now I'm going to start pounding it out. Okay, and this is all I'm going to do with that. Okay, I need some out in these areas here, and then we'll pound it some more the other way. So give me a second, guys. I'm going to continue to do this for a second, and I'll be right back. right, guys, after some persuading, we got it pretty close here on either side. So what we'll do is we'll put it in here. We'll start with the corner, pull it down a little bit, and then get the other side straightened out over there. And then we'll pull these together how we need it, put some weld across the top, and then we'll be pretty close to where we need to be at. Let me get this welder ready. I don't know, I may put one in the middle first and then pull these down as I come out. Maybe that's what we'll do. All right, let me get some, I might try to get some magnets underneath here to where it's set a little decent. That way we ain't gotta continuously hold it. Hang on a second. All right, good. Good. Okay, put our flapper on there. I already did the other side. Oh, look at that thing. El Cheapos. All right, let me clean this a little bit. Let me bring you over here so we can see how it fits. I still got to clean the dross off of this. Slag, dross, whatever you want to call it. I just want to see if we good. If we're gonna be sitting flat, you know what I mean? Yep, we're good. And now we're even up here with this wall. Okay, and something else I'm gonna do up here. I'm gonna clean this up on both sides a little bit. And if you remember back in early on in the video, I said I was gonna put this. I just didn't know which size. This round rod. So what we'll do is we'll clean that and we'll put a piece against that front wall, back wall, front wall, whatever. And then we'll cut it off wherever that's going to be at when that meets it. So that's going to be a nice, and so when we weld that and clean it, we'll have a nice round lip there on both sides. It'll look real nice. So that's going to be that. It'll give us a nice clean round area there. Okay, let me clean the edges of this thing since I got the flapper out right now. I'm gonna clean that up, clean this just a little more where we can fit it against it, and then we'll make all of our marks where we have to trim, cut, sand. So when we put that cover on, it's fitting it right on the money. And then we'll also clean this stuff up so we can cut those pieces and get those tacked in place. Because I'm gonna need that front piece on it to know my distance in between this front lip here and then the back wall, front wall back. This is probably gonna be the back wall, or I don't know. So give me a second, I'm gonna clean that side up. Okay, I put it against it, drew it all out with my marker. I just trimmed them out with the cutoff wheel. Let's put our flapper back on and clean it up a little bit. Whatever's left of this piece of crap. Might have to get another one. Yeah, that ain't even cutting, guys. Let me go get another one. Be right back. All right, let's check our fitment. Actually, this needs a little more right here. Better. Much better. Look at that, guys. We are in there. Got a teeny bit right here and maybe a teeny bit right there. But the rest of it, once we clean that weld up down there and get that flat against it, we can tap that down with a hammer a little bit or grind it out. Either way, it don't matter. Let's get a little mark on this thing here. Okay. All that's pretty nice. Got a little more in there too. Just a little. See what we got. Very, 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 very little. Actually, probably ought to go get my 36 2-inch wheel to do this with. Probably be better. It'll take it out quicker because them flappers suck, let me tell you. Last time I'm buying them, but we're there, we're close. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get the flapper so we can clean that off, get it fitting perfect. We'll clean these welds up here to where we can set our round rod in place. We'll get it measured and cut those out so we can tack them in place. And then what I'll probably end up doing is we're gonna put these on pretty immediate. Our where we can bolt this on here. That way this is all sturdy, solid unit. And then we'll go on to figuring out how we're going to mount our top saw. Yeah, this is coming along really good, guys. Hang on a second, I'm going to grab that and I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, so the thing, we got it fitting real good. The thing that worked the best, guys, if you can get your hand on one, you can get these in electric too, or these little inline belt sanders. And you just, I mean, it just buzzes it right off. And it makes it curvy and nice, and you know what I mean? So it'll need a finishing with like a DA or something to smooth it out, but we got it fitting really good. A little more work and it's done. This is all good, it's all good. You know, we're actually in a place now where we could set this up where we want it at, make our marks, drill our holes, and put our mounting points in, and bolt it together, and then do a finish sand after it's bolted together. I mean, it's close. So what we'll do now is we'll grab this tape and we'll go ahead and get a measurement in between this back lip. My hand's shaking from just, I've been sanding with that grinder for a minute. So that's 12 3/4. Let's see if this is the same. 12 3/4. Okay, good. So we need two 12 3/4 rounds. Let me go chop them real quick. I'll come back and we'll get those tacked in place. I think we're gonna call it the day for the day, guys. It's getting late. Believe it or not, this stuff the clock just keeps on spinning when this stuff is going on. I mean, there just ain't enough time in a day. There really isn't. I don't care how much you try to speed up and do this and do that. There just is no time. All right, let me cut that real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, I got us a couple made here. I cleaned them off. They was kind of rusty. 12 3/4, both of them. I cut them on the bandsaw in there. Okay, let's get some situations going on here. All right, I got stuff everywhere, guys. I'm getting ready to call it the day and start cleaning stuff up. I hate when I have all this stuff out like this everywhere. I mean, it's just, I got stuff everywhere. All right, so I got this on with the magnet, top and bottom. And what we'll do is, we're gonna bring this to where it looks the best and the straightest. We're gonna hit it. And then the welds we're gonna do from there is gonna fill in the rest and make it look even better. So basically we'll hit one here and then we'll even it up on that side, front, back, whatever we wanna call it. Let me hit this side and then we'll probably spin it around so we can see it good. Here. Actually, I can feel better without the glove because I want to get it to where it's kind of even here. With the feel of this on both sides, this is going to be fun. Well, if it wasn't fun, we wouldn't be doing it, would we? I need to probably do this. It just sucks that I can't feel that side. There we go. I think it's right here somewhere. Ah, it's hard to do this and not bust my eyeballs out. That's about halfway, and I don't know if I like that. What's going on is, I think we have a high spot right in here. I'm gonna grind that out, guys, and shave that down a little bit. Give me a second. Ow! Okay, we are looking really good, guys. Just kind of give you a quick walk around here. That thing's gonna be pretty badass. I can't wait to have a freaking vertical bandsaw. That's looking really good. It's taking shape really nice. Like I said before, this is very hard to do with you know, thicker metals and stuff. With sheet metal, of course you can do it. But when you get into stuff like this, you know, you're bending, you're doing a lot thicker stuff. 1/8, 3/16, you know, 1/4 inch stuff. It's just harder, but a little heat, little hammer, a little grinding, you form it, you know, you make it look right. Don't worry about it until it's what it's going to be, because you can always swipe it with JB Weld or mud or whatever, however you're going to do it. There's a way to fix it. You know what I mean? So I'm very happy with it. I'll tell you that. That thing is looking nice, real nice. All right, guys, like I said, it's late in the day. I'm gonna clean some of these cords up, sweep up, get these tools picked up, and I'll be back in the morning. We'll get back on this thing. I want to get this thing pretty knocked out here. I mean, I'm trying with work and everything else. It's a little tough. I keep telling you guys that, but all right, I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, I've done a couple things off camera here. We've done them before. That's why I didn't want to just be repetitive. So I made 2 plates, one for the side, and this one here is going to go in the whatever you want to call that in there. But here's how we're gonna do this. So I took this, I did this, I made the lines in it and did the bend in it like we did that top part in the press. I got it to fit, welded it on here. Now what we're gonna do is, I wanna take this plate and put it through our first set of holes here. And then what we'll do is we'll tighten them up, and I pray to God I have enough in the torches to do this, because it's Sunday right now and it's a holiday weekend. I won't be able to go get more stuff until Tuesday, and of course I work Tuesday, so it's going to be sometime this week. Now the key thing here is going to be, I'm going to have to try to keep it level with this top lip as best as I can. Let me grab another wrench. It doesn't really matter. So, I'm trying to see where it looks the most. It's going to have to probably be a guess here. If I have to loosen it as we're going and try to straighten it a little bit, then we're going to have to. But as long as it's close, we can always clean it with the grinder or whatever we got to do. But the main thing is, I needed to curve with this one, because this thing essentially is going to be sitting, this will be our base, and it'll be able to be removable. I sat around and tried to think how I'm going to do this, and this is pretty much, I thought this would probably be the best way to do it and have it removable. This thing's going to be hot too. We do have to move it. I hope we don't. Okay. Hang on one second. All right, I'm going to start on this. Oh, that figures. Let me grab another glove out of here. All my gloves I got several pairs of these, and the right one's new looking. The left one is where I've tore it up with the grinder and whatever else. All right, please be enough here. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to start on, an area at a time, and we're going to try to just bend that thing around, and hopefully it all works out well. With the, oh, I don't even have these on. Yeah, this thing is like down to the nitty gritty. I've been saying that throughout the video. I probably should have went Friday. All right, fingers crossed. Hopefully we can get this thing to heat quick. I think the part that I'm getting low on is the oxygen. The gas part of it still has a decent amount in it. Come on, heat her up. And this here is 3/16 steel. I need this it's bending where I don't want it to bend. So what I'm going to have to do is, I need to clamp that. Crap. Let me grab something here. All right, so what I've done was, took the two hammers while it was red hot, tapped it in to form around this, one on the back side. And then, as you can see, I got a C-clamp on it. Now we're going to keep going. I got another clamp. We'll just keep on, this is hard to do with gloves. We'll just keep on moving the clamps down as we need them. The nice thing about it is, the metal's still warm, so it's heating up quicker. You got to kind of stay back a little further from where you actually think, because what we're doing here is we're kind of forming it and stretching it around this other piece. So you want it to not gap like it just did. So what we'll probably have to do is keep tapping, keep moving, because I keep getting little gaps in them. I can feel it moving real easy. I'm trying not to go too much too fast. But like I said, I got to go back here and form this little gap over here. I'm just kind of leaning against it, keep my weight on it. The bottom's going pretty good here, the very bottom. We're running out. Hopefully I just hit that. I think it's running out, guys. Dang on it. Because I like heat. Man, we got to hurry. Oh God, it's running out. Come on. This is gonna suck. Well, my fault. Let me try to shape this a little bit down here. That's shaped right out. Man, that's gonna suck. Man. Yeah, it's literally running out. Man. It's actually fitting pretty nice too. Man, that sucks. Let's see if I can take this one off. Yep. All right, we'll get that ready. Yeah, it's fitting really nice. Daggone it. Well, fingers freaking crossed. I've literally got nothing. Daggone it. Try to turn the heat down some. Come on. Just got a little stretch left. Nope, as soon as I did it. Man, I gotta cut. It's about done. Come on, go, 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 go. It ain't gonna get it, guys. Look at this, guys. We're right at the end. Ah, boy. Man, man, man. I literally got nothing. Let me go down the road and see if this guy's got a little bit I can borrow. I'll bring you guys back. All right, guys. I don't know why I panicked all about that. I mean, it sucks that the stuff ran out, but just threw the lines in it and did it on the brake the same way, but I went real small increments and real light bends until I got it to fit real decent. Only thing I didn't take in consideration was the holes don't line up. I should have waited and did the last two after the bend, because metal does stretch and does things, you know, unless we had a perfect, like a die press to press these out in. I should have thought about that is all. But that's okay. I got the brass plate underneath it, so we can fill these holes in real quick. We'll grind them up. We'll get it in its spot. And I think once we get it clamped in place and bolted up and set it down in the little thing it's going to sit in there, and we get this lower part welded in place, it'll sit where it needs to stay. You know what I mean? It won't. Once we fit it to this nice and then get it up in there and weld it, I don't think it's going to move no more. This will fit back down in it like a glove again. It should. That's just my theory. So we'll see. But let's go ahead and weld this up real quick. We'll weld these. I'll grind them up, and then we'll get it back on there and drill 2 new holes for it. Mark it and drill 2 new holes. Okay, good. I'm going to flip it around and see if we need to get that a little better there on that side before we go grinding. Yeah, I forgot all about that holiday, man. Kind of sucks because I would have liked to fill that tomorrow. If you guys are wondering, this plate here is, I think I got these from, what's that? I can never think of the name of that place, and it's so easy. Yeah, I think we'll hit that a little bit. I'll think of it here in a minute. Now, how is that? One of my buddies are next door. He's got a 66 Chevelle. He's got it over there showing my neighbor. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background. He's probably, listen. Oh, I didn't know it was a 4-speed car. Sounds pretty good. Actually, yeah, I better hit it. Let me grind this up, guys, and let me hit that with the weld. I'm gonna clean it. I'll bring you back when I got it wrapped on this thing. That way I don't bore you with that. Give me 1 second. Okay, got them all cleaned up, got them re-drilled. I'm getting ready to tighten this up here. The name of where I got those plates is Eastwood, guys. I don't know why I can't never think of Eastwood. I don't know if it's too much east and west and all that stuff in there for me, but I can't even remember. Oh well. And I get a bunch of stuff there. I like a lot of their stuff, so it ain't like that's why I can't remember, but I don't know. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna try to get this tightened up and sitting right where it needs to be at, and then we know it's fitting it like a glove. Hopefully when we set it down in its cradle there and get it welded in there, it'll stay like that. We may have to adjust a little on these upper ends. I noticed I had to hit that one in with the hammer a little bit there. I'll probably do the same with this one as soon as I tighten these up. And them holes, I literally had to go up less than 1/2 of an inch, like not even probably 1/4 of an inch to the center of it, to the center of the hole. You could see where oh, now you can't, but yeah, back here you can. Literally probably about 1/4 of an inch. Try to get these tight as we can, that way it'll stay there. Okay. Now let's see. Yep, that feels pretty good. I don't need these anymore. Start popping these off and see. Yep, we're good. I'm going to do like I said though. I'm going to tap around on it with both hammers to kind of like dolly it to help relax it a little bit. That's the word I'm looking for. Sorry, I'm trying to put this stuff up as I've got so much stuff out. That's how I get when I get going on stuff. I'll pull out 100 tools. This one needs sprayed. I should have sprayed it. One more. All right. Tap around on it a little bit, like over here. Got a little part here that's not so smooth. All right, we're gonna probably get this thing on the ground. Give me a second, I'm gonna rearrange some things. Be right back. All right, guys, I'm I'm back here looking at it. I got the bubble level on it. What I done was I stuck this thing down on the bottom base. The sucky part about this all is this floor is not level. It slopes this way and that way, and so I zeroed it down there and I put it up here where the base plate's going to be at. Remember, we have adjustable leg. So standing back there just now, it looks like it's sitting where it needs to be at. And I'll tell you what, once I got that thing shifted around to 0 there, it seemed like it fit like a glove in there. Pretty wild. It's like it was meant to be in that area. But I still, I need to get it straight in there. We're about there. There's 0. I need to see where we're at down here. And then, yeah, it's not fitting bad at all, guys. Hang on a second, let me get a tape. Yeah, standing back from a distance, it looks like it's on the money. You know, something else I can do too is make this plate adjustable. You know what I mean? Where I can make it just a little bit of an adjustment, because if it's off any, it's not going to be much. Okay, we're at 3 3/4, 3 7/8, 4 1/2, and 4. So we're all over crazy here. So that means we need to come this way and like that. So let me just go a little bit at a time here. If I can. Another thing we got to check for is this way, going the wrong way. There's 0. Let's see if I did anything. Okay, that one's right at 4 almost. 4, pretty close to 4. We're kind of there. Yeah, if you come over here, if you was to be right here right now, you'd see it's going that way. So it's got to come. Problem is, let me do this. Let me mark kind of where we're at that way, because I don't want it to. And let me do this. Let me go put a mark on this to know that's where we have to stop. Like there. That's good enough there. Yeah, see, I got to go like this now. But the problem is, I'm not going to have a good. Let's just see what it says. Yeah, we're quite a bit off there. Not really, but I moved it a ton. This is going to be a task. I'm going to have to probably lock that down, get that kind of where I need to be at. What I should have done was waited on them rods. You guys are probably thinking that right now. I should have probably waited on them rods, got this in place, and then put those up to it. That would have been so helpful. Let me think here. So if I go back to this, there's my line there. Okay, let me try to get something. See, now how is that so? I don't think I'm right there is where I gotta be at. I'm inside of that one, but this one looks like it's right there. Let's see what this says. According to that, we gotta go right there. Don't move on me. I'm gonna try to clamp it to that rod right here, because we know we're at 0 that way. Okay, like that. And actually straightened it out. But this one's gotta go over. You know, I don't think, yeah. Let me get some clamps on this thing, guys, and get this situated. I'll bring you back. I don't want to bore you guys with that, and I'll show you what I've done there, just so we don't kill a bunch of recording. All right, I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to hit this corner over here with a weld, the tack. First, I put the plate on there just to kind of get an idea, and it's got to go. Because I thought about that. Okay, so that's 4. That front's got. We can hit that. Actually, let me try to get this closer. This has to go. One little thing there. Okay, but I didn't do anything with that. What do I want to do here? Let's secure this all the way. I got the heavy duty magnet on it. Okay, let me loosen this up a hair so we have a little more forgiveness in it. Okay, let me bring this over where it's supposed to be. Boy, this is hard to do. Whew, please let me be in the right area, because that's a good. Okay, what we got going on now? Man, that's over. Crap. Let me get that in place first. Okay, 4. The front's pretty on the money. It's this back one that keeps giving me a problem. We got something. Oop, there it goes. 4, 4. I like that. Now the problem is we got to go dag on it. Let me try this without moving it. Ah, that is hard to do. Oh, I went the wrong way. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? 4. Ooh, it's got to go to just a hair. 4, 4, almost 4, almost 4. Man, you guys, I do not want to move that. Literally, the speck of a dirt. I just did that and now it's okay. Okay, I'm going to hit that back corner real quick. Where's my gloves? We'll hit that. Don't bump it. I need to slow my butt down. I'm trying to rush now. I'm gonna do something messed up. Okay, let's hit this corner. Okay, now what we can do is, it shouldn't move all over the place on us no more. Now what we can do is this. Okay, I'm gonna take this thing and I'm gonna set it on the bottom base, which is at 0.20 with the bubble that way. Now I'm gonna set it inside the saw, and we're at 2.48 bubble that way, so that's gotta go this way a bunch. So let's see what happens when we do. That's kind of working. Right there's where we gotta be at. So what I need to do is get ready over there and hit that corner. Yeah, if we can get this thing close like this, I don't see it being a problem later. I really don't. You know what? Let me try to just jam a screwdriver. Now I can't get to it. Once again, guys, I got stuff everywhere. Okay, let me see. Got to keep it in the right area too. So you know what? I'm going to zero this right there. So that way we know we have to zero that in order to, oh, don't do that. You know what I'm doing? That's going to be fun, guys. You guys, I'm so sorry. That thing cut off again, and I can't see it from this end. That's why I don't like this setup. On my, at least on the GoPros, I can see it when it quits recording. The blinker quits. On this thing, I don't know. It's on the back. So anyways, what I was saying was, before it cut off, I got all my corners tack welded in. It's in its place that it needs to be at. I'm going to run a couple more tacks on these sides, and then I'm going to take this thing back off and fully weld it, and then we'll work on making some sides for the sides of this part. So give me a few. I don't know why that stupid thing keeps doing that, man. I'll hit record, it's recording. I mean, you guys are gonna see where it stops at. I was literally lifting up with the screwdriver on that end down there, getting it set zeroed in so I can tack it, and that's when it quit, because I went back and looked at it. All right, give me a few, guys. All right, I cut two more 4.5 by 46 inch, 1/8 inch pieces. They're 1/8 inch thick. I started already down here, tacking it and pushing it and tacking it and pushing it. So we're just gonna keep on going here. Try to get it. That middle, I really wanted to burn it in there good. All right, let me get some right there. And once you get it hot from the weld, it helps it bend more. Sorry if I hit this microphone, you guys. Trying to feel it. Okay, I gotta trim that. I'm gonna go ahead and unclamp this, spin it around a little bit so I can get this pushed around that. And I'm about to start hitting it with a hammer too, so give me a second, get all my stuff out. I hope that recorder don't cut off. I don't know what's going on with it. Pretty dumb. I gotta be careful. Hang on, let me check this. I gotta be careful not to weld too far back, because then it won't. I'll be in an area where I shouldn't be at yet. Let me try to hit on this some. There we go. These are gonna be smaller at a time. We're coming into a pretty decent radius here. I'm trying to keep it going while the heat's still in it. It bends easier. Get this while the heat's in it. I think we are good. Okay, let's take a peek. So I butted up to the 3/16 because this one's eighth. The one we just put on is eighth. So we got on the inside there, you can see the lip from the wall, but I'll just weld that down solid and grind it. You'll never know it from the outside, but that just went around there nicely. Went around there nicely. Okay. Also, I went ahead and did a bunch more welding on that. I cut off the ears that we marked, you know, on both sides on the top. It was about an inch or so on each side. Cut those off, did some more welding. That stayed solid. When I unbolted that, it come right out nicely. In fact, I'm gonna let this cool off a second. We'll put it in there. Hang on a second. All right, let's see here. I wanted to see if it'll go on both ways. It's already cooled off. Let's see something real quick. Well, that top ain't cool. I think it will. I think if you wanted it that way with it all this way, but obviously we did it the other way, so. Okay. I should have probably grabbed some of the bolts while I was over there. Make sure this is still recording. A stupid thing will cut off. It might be something I'm saying. All that fancy stuff. I don't know shit about it. I might be saying code words and that's what it's cutting it off. Who knows? I'll probably eventually clean these holes out a little bit better, just so it's not, so I don't have to force them in like that. I like them to go in easier. These ain't that bad. I can tell you right now, guys, just that one thing, once this tightens up, that side piece down here, when it screws on the side, it's going to change a lot right here, because it's still making these little sidewalls give a little. So when that happens, it's not, you know, sturdy. I know it's looking cool. It ought to be one heck of a saw. I want to make the power of it and the strength of the cutting power. I only want to do this one time, so I've been doing some research trying to find out which way to go about it. Should I gear reduction? Should I put a VFW or a VFD? You know, do it by pulleys. So I want to find out the best way and the easiest way to change the, I don't want to, the pulley way, I kind of don't want to do that because, not that it's going to be hard or nothing, but you got to, you know, it'll have a part on the motor where you can unloosen, push it one way, put the belt down on a different, smaller and bigger, you know, different combination of, for the belt to ride on, which, like I said, that's not no huge thing, but I don't even know where this nut's from. Banging stuff and things are falling off everywhere. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, see if you look now, of course this still, that has a lot to do with even more strength, because, and that's not even down there. I don't want to touch a hot spot. I mean, even right now, if I were to level them legs out where it's sitting flat, you know, when you're cutting, you're just going to be going like this. You know, you're not going to be grabbing it and twisting on it. But even so, yeah, once that door goes on there and that's screwed to the sides, across the top and across the bottom, essentially it'll be like it's welded on there. So anything down here, I don't know if you guys can see that. Those are like giving in when I move that. That's going to make that so strong. Let me show you real quick. Hopefully you guys can see this. Try to zoom in. Yeah, watch these sides, like right through here when I push on that. You can see that back one too. See them? There you go. And that ain't going to be happening once that door's on there. You know what I mean? That'll definitely strengthen, just like this side. It's not doing it because that's welded on there. But and then once we get the rest of these on, this ain't even moving no more, but this way it is, which that's going to change when we finish all these inside here. That's going to make that strong. So, and if it don't, you know, I'll figure out a way to gusset it in a few areas or run some kind of a bar rod or something to give that wall more strength, but it will. And like I said, the only thing that's going on here is the blade spinning inside there. Our plate on top, let me get that. Our plate on top, the main weight is going to be, oh, let me get you back up here now. So, I do like it. And I think this only goes to the edge of that back there in the drawing. I'm almost sure. I think the belt came out somewhere, right about in here, just past this loop. So that's probably about right. I'm just guessing right now, guys. I just want to show you guys, because, hang on a second. Get this thing kicked on. Get it about right where I want it. Now let me put it all the way on. Okay. Yeah, if you look, man, that thing is looking so cool, guys. I mean, so freaking cool. Hold on a second. I don't know why I've been taking that other one out. Yeah, I can just take it out of here. I've been taking out. So look at this. That's going to be so freaking cool. Am I zoomed in? Oh, yeah. Okay. Look at that thing, guys. That is pretty bad. I mean, just seeing it, watching it take shape. Let me go around here and see if we can't get a shot. I doubt it. We need to get it out on the floor there. Look how cool that looks with that side piece on that back there now. That thing is bad to the bone, guys. I'm serious. I'm so excited about this one. About probably just as much, if not more, than I was on the bead roller. That thing really had me fired up. Now, also, I did notice something here. I can make these where I can get some adjustment out of this thing, okay? And we probably will. And what I might even do is make these to where they're a looser fit, because they're probably going to be, I don't know if wires are going to go in here or not, but either way, I'll probably drill a hole through this that'll have an adjustable bolt and a nut with a set screw. I don't even know what this thing just did, guys. It just shot up on its own. Where we can tighten that down and adjust it, and then tighten these down and get this part here, that part there. Because right now, to me, it looks like the top is kicked out just a hair, which I could probably loosen those back up now, those nuts down there, and pull it in and then retighten them, and it'll probably take care of it. But with a nut down there where I can adjust it, maybe even two, like one on each side, front to back, and where I can set one up higher and the back one down and snug them up and then tighten these up. And then, because I want that to be straight looking, I don't want it to be crooked, but this way, we're good. This way here, like I said, the top's kicked out a little bit. You guys probably can't tell it because I can't get it all in the thing. I'm in a corner right now. But anyways, it is looking cool. That thing is looking so sweet, man. Look at that thing. Whew, that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna love it just to be able to cut stuff on it. Instead of having to flip that other one up, I gotta put a plate on it right on my horizontal one there. You gotta flip it all the way up, take this panel off, cut the water thing off, mount this plate that I made on top of it, because it only came with a little square like that. That's what they gave you. But I made a plate about that size to put on it. And anyways, you gotta do all that before you can go in there and cut. This, I wanna walk up to it, flip a switch, make my cuts. That's what the whole, I've been wanting one of these so long, and they're just too much to afford, way too much. I mean, guys, you're talking, look at Grizzly, any of them, Grizzly, any of the ones that sell them, they're just pricey, really pricey. The ones for wood ain't that much. They're still, a decent amount, but they're not like the steel ones. Steel ones are crazy. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it the day here. It's a holiday weekend. I'm gonna go get cleaned up, and we're gonna go cook out and stuff at my son's probably, and then I'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll try to get some more sides put on that thing. Figure out what else we're doing with some mounting points to that at the bottom down here, and probably go ahead and put our little screws in so we can screw that wall on. And then I'll probably end the video right there, guys. I need to get another video out. So, and that's what I just said. I hope that much happened. You're talking a ton of work. This thing is definitely probably one of the most labor intense things we've built today, up to date. So, all right, I'll be back at it tomorrow, guys. All right, guys. So it's been another day or two. Had a bunch of stuff happen over the weekend. I had to help my son-in-law in his truck. His shackle and his spring and all that came through the bed of his truck. It's kind of rusted back there, so we had to do some serious work. And I'll tell you what, I put that little DP200 through the test this weekend. I mean, that thing, I had it welding pretty much for a good part of the day, and at times it was welding up to 20 to 30 minutes at a time, as far as not full time, but within pretty much nonstop welding, putting stuff. So that thing was, it did great. The only thing I didn't do was keep my nozzle gel in it, and I kept on getting a bunch of stuff in my tip. But other than that, I'll tell you what, and when you do that, stuff gets down in here and clogs. I got to clean all this here before we weld on this thing. But Yeah, that thing, I'll tell you what, it did a great job. And what I'll do is, next time he's over, because he's got to put his hitch back on. He had to take it off and get it out of the way. But next time he's over, I'll get some pictures of that, and I'll bring it up in another video. Maybe in one of these or something. Anyways, today, we're going to, I want to clean that off here in a second. We're going to do a couple more things to this, and then I'm going to post this video. There's just a ton of stuff to do on this, and I'm not going to rush it. It's going great, guys. I did make a boo-boo. Let me show you what I've done here. This stuff here was supposed to go on that side, which would have made it this plate flipping over that way, and the blade going on from that side with the non-teeth side against the back side of this thing, okay? So now I have to run it teeth out this way with the non-teeth side on the back side here, so we're going to have to cut from this side. I was originally building it to cut from this side, you know, with the teeth on this side. I don't see any problem with it, but it wasn't in my plan to do it like this. I wanted to point that out. Maybe some of you caught that already. But yeah, and I don't see any issue as far as like, I'm going to have certain limitations with this no matter which way you cut on it. You know what I mean? It's always going to have stuff you can stick out more that way than this way. This is all we have here, so whatever that is, 12 inches or whatever, that's our throat depth. Either way we look at it, so it's not going to make a difference. But like I said, the plan was on that side. I wanted to point that out to you guys, and now, but it's not a big deal. Like I said, I just flipped the plate this way, so the slot's on this side. So when we fit our belt on there, the teeth will be coming out this way, and the door will shut on this side. You know what I mean? We'll be cutting from this side, so not a biggie, but I did make a boo-boo. All right, on these areas here, make sure this thing's recording. Yeah, it is. Okay, I took a piece of, I believe this was 1 3/4 tubing. I already cut the piece off. Oh, it's down there, it fell down. The piece I didn't want. So what I'm gonna do now is, I'm gonna make this, probably can do it better this way. I'm gonna make this fit on here where I started to unfold it yesterday, and then we got on that frame stuff. I'm gonna leave it to where we can bring our wall down our next piece here, and then we'll weld into that. So we don't have to worry about trying to curve this piece out of one of them. That's gonna be so almost impossible. This in here is gonna be bad enough. But like I said, I'm using the thinner stuff. I don't know if this is the 8th. I think this is the 8th. And where this down here was the 3/16. And it butted up beautifully. It strengthened that up nice. So it's all gonna work out good. Like I said, we're gonna put this on, form it out where we need to form it, weld it in place, and then it'll be ready for our next piece. I figured that was gonna be a pretty cool idea. And we'll do the same down here. We'll have to cut another one. And this one's almost got a nice, let me see something here. That might be the way to do it, like this. Yeah, because it's already almost curved right. I just got to get this out here, over here a little bit, this back wall. Okay, we may do that. And then, like I said, I'll have to cut another one for here and do the same thing. When I first started on this one the other day, all I was doing was taking it. Let me point it down here some. The only thing I was using was, I was putting it in here, like getting it to get caught, and then doing some tapping. That's not the correct way to do it, but that's what I was doing. So, and in here, if you try to put it in here, when you tighten it up, it goes against the vise. So I'm going to get some kind of a piece of steel that we can use. I think I even have a round solid piece we can set that on to tap on it to shape it, and same with the other way. Let me go find that, and I'll be right back, and then we'll get this thing formed up, get it tacked in place, and we'll probably go ahead and make this last piece here, and then we'll button it up from there. Okay, I found a piece of round stock here. We're going to try to just start here. This might be a little more difficult than I thought. I need it to be, let's see here. What do I need here? Maybe that. If I can get that to hold, let me put one of these on it. See if this helps us. Maybe. Now I'm going to have that in the way. Well, let's see if it'll do anything. No. Okay. Rethink. I haven't had the chance to go get my torches filled yet, so that ain't in the question. Let's see. I need it to hold real quick. Let's try it in here. Let me go grab my pry bar, you guys. Have no idea. Just decided to follow me, huh? Okay, my plan is the same way. I just don't know whether I should start it here with my tack. Oh, I gotta probably grind that and straighten that up. That won't be really good if I Yeah, I'm gonna have to, I gotta clean this up, guys. Okay, I'm thinking about starting up here, pulling down and doing my welds. I think I'll have a better deal down here with it at the end if I do it that way. I think. That's just what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think it'll be better that way, guys. And we can clean this up, weld that. That's gonna be cool. That worked out good. That's gonna work out good. Okay, let me get my safety glasses and clean that up a little bit. I'm using my lathe hose. It's a coil deal, but it's not made to go far. Trying not to take off a bunch. I just want that to butt up to it. Yeah, that should be good there. And then we'll put a weld there too. Let's see. If I go, I need to really keep it like up in the air a little bit, like that. And remember, guys, we're putting like Bondo on this thing to get the areas straightened out. I'm gonna put one on the back here first, match it up with this. Let's do that. What side I had on there? What side fit the best? I think it was this one. I think. That surely don't look like it. This one might be it. I think right there, let's get one there. I'm trying to follow there's a curve, we're right on a curve. So that's trying not to move. Okay, let me pull this down a little. Get us some welds across this. Oh, too much, buddy. Too much, buddy. It's probably gonna come off. Maybe not. Let me get one back here. Okay, let's get some pliers or this. It's hard to do that and keep your arm or your thing straight. Okay, let's get one right there. Okay. Yeah, the more heat you keep in it. All right, all right. You guys, I think it recorded all that, but it did it in intervals. I don't even know what the deal is with that. Now it's following me. I think it's got something to do with this thing over here, guys. Let me try to see if I can't cut that off. This AI stuff. I don't know. I think it's certain commands that I say. I'll deal with it before I do the next video. Terrible, I know that. Okay, I need to get in here somehow. If I lose you, sorry, I'll figure out something. About there. Yeah, this really sucks, guys. I got to keep going back and looking at it, making sure I didn't lose you. Okay, we need to curl that up some. Not a whole bunch. Well, at least there. Yeah. Okay, now I got to tap that in. It's just hard because I don't know where I can. I think we're close. I just got to get this closed up a little, and I got to get this shaped up here. Okay, let's see. Let's use this one. Man, I can't get right where I want to get. Believe it or not, that gave me my shape, but I took this a little too far. Okay, I can shape that out. I probably really need to shape that after I weld this to it because it's pulling apart where I don't want it to. Okay, because we got to make this kind of shape down into this. I'm going to do that with welding and grinding and kind of make it into that. All right, give me a second. I'm going to grab a couple other tools. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, this gimbal's acting up so much. I want to show you guys a visual here of what we got going on. All right, this thing here, it's going to need cut off, straightened out. I cut that a little bit long. I cut this a little bit long. That way, for anything we need to adjust and cut and to fit it nice. But let me show you what I did behind it. See if you can see that. up in there. Do some weld in there. We'll swipe that with some Bondo, make it nice and smooth. Just so all that looks really nice once we got the other piece on it. But that worked out well, you guys. Look at that. Really nice. I gotta put the bottom one on there. Everything is on real nice. It's getting stronger, but it's not gonna get as sturdy as I want it until that piece right there goes on, the bottom one. In fact, it fell off a little bit. Hang on, guys. I got it on there with a couple of magnets, just so we can get a visual. Yeah, once we put the screws in it and you know, tighten it against it real nice, it'll strengthen it up a ton. But that thing is looking really good, you guys. Really, really nice. I don't know why this camera, I can't get a full, I mean, I'm like 10 or 12 feet back from this thing right now. Seriously, hang on. It's doing all kind of weird stuff. I need to update this thing and see what's going on. Let me see something here. No, it's all the way, yeah, I'm all the way zoomed out. So yeah, I got to figure out what's going on with this. It's very, very annoying, to say the least. Let me see something here. Okay, and that thing is really starting to look like something sweet, you guys. It really is. That's why I want to post this. I want to get it out to you guys so you can see what we've been doing. I mean, this stuff here, like I said before, especially with as thick as the steel is, it just takes more time. I mean, plus I don't have no direction, and that's just the way I like doing things, guys. I'm sorry. I like doing it on the fly. I like figuring it out as I'm going. I mean, the drawing is one thing. That just gives me a render of what I want to do. But as far as like what I'm going to do with anything else, I don't know yet as I'm going. You know, I do research, I do some reading, I try to find out what's on other things, how they work, and then I come up with my own thing. It's just how I do it. And I think that's pretty unique. For anybody that does that. That's a cool way to do things. It really is. That means you can be creative, you know, and come up with ideas. That's why I like to challenge myself, you know, to just come up with things. That's just what I like to do. I mean, but so far I think it's looking good. Hang on, I'm putting this back in the gimbal. Let's do this and see if this part will work. Since it wants to keep working anyways, see if it'll follow me around a little bit. All right. Yeah, that's just the way I like doing it, guys. As far as, like I said, I wanted to show you guys the part I goofed up on there. It's not a big deal. I mean, I thought it was going to be at first. I was thinking, oh my God, I got to clean all these welds out. That steel's around the edge is ruined. Forget, you know, I'm going to just cut new ones and redo it all and bring it to this side. But then I thought about it. What's the difference if the blade's cutting, if I'm coming in this way or if I'm cutting this way? There really isn't. Like I said, the limitations are the same. Whenever I get to a part where I can't cut it like this, you either flip the part over or you just can't finish it on this thing to cut. This is not made to cut 16-foot pieces, you know. You're gonna cut a bolt in half. You're gonna rip a 2-inch or 3-inch piece of steel down through there. You know, just stuff like that. That's what these are for. But man, I can't wait. This thing is so cool. And as far as the way I figured it out on the height of it and stuff, on when I was doing that, it is perfect, kind of where I had it, just above my head. You know, with this stuff right here at work level, and it turned out super nice. I mean, it really did. Like I said, I don't know what's coming or how we're doing a lot of this stuff, guys, but it will be a bandsaw. I promise you guys, this thing is going to work. It's going to work sweet. That's why I said, just like these little curves, I was thinking, how am I going to do those without getting into too thin of sheet metal just to do them? You know, because a real thin piece of sheet metal would be easy just to go around a piece of bar and, you know, tack it in, and then that's the end of it. But I didn't want I don't want that thin. You know what I mean? And also, I just want to show you that. I just seen that. You see where we put all this and strengthen it? Even just this stuff not being in here, watch this. That still needs, that will strengthen all that. You know what I mean? So once that's all on there, and even this outer door's on it and shut, and that's bolted to the front, this thing's going to be a tank. The more you tighten it and shut it and, you know, make the structure more sound and solid, the stronger it is. So, and we're just doing it with bolting things together on it because I want to be able to take it apart, to put a blade on it, or to, you know, get inside there, whatever we do in here. I may have a power supply in there. If I run a VFD, we are going to make some kind of a box on this somewhere. The VFD has to go somewhere. All the little controls, all the little, like a little panel with little, all the stuff that belongs in there, that, like I got in that box. Well, that one there didn't have to be that big. I done a bunch of stuff to that extra. It does all kind of stuff as far as what that lathe can do with how I have that set up. You could just run a VFD here on the motor and be done with it and not have any of that stuff. That's what them things are made for. I got one over there, but it's single to 3-phase, so it ain't gonna do us no good. I wish it was that one, because we could have used that one. It's brand new too. Actually, I bought it for that, and then when I bought it, I realized that you have to get it, I think it's for the kilowatt of the motor. So if it's 3 kilowatt, you have to get a 3 kilowatt. Or I'm sorry, maybe the horsepower. Whatever it is, you have to get the VFD to match that. And that one's only one horsepower or whatever. I think it's 1 horsepower, and that's 3, so you can't use it on that. All right, guys, like I said, we're gonna get this video posted. I want you guys to see how this is looking so far. I'm super excited for you guys to see this. I really am. I can't wait for you guys to see it. And then I'm staying on it. So actually, I've already recorded stuff for the new video. So I'm going to keep on going. Whatever we keep doing, we're going to keep doing it, and just going to keep on coming with it. So thank you again, guys. Please, you guys, I don't know, give me some comments. Tell me what you think about this. It's really killing me to know what you guys. Forget about YouTube. I just want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think this is cool, or do you guys know anything that I'm talking about here that maybe I had made a mistake, and you guys better tell me now so I could change it? Am I wrong about being able to cut this way? Tell me what you think. Maybe somebody out there is going, no, you can't run it like that. I'm thinking I can, but if you think different, please let me know. That's what that's for, if anything. But like, share, give me some comments, subscribe if you haven't, guys. The channel is growing. I'm asking you guys nice as I can, and please help me get this channel to grow. This is what I want to do here, guys. You guys have seen my shop. You guys have seen everything I have. I'm sure by now you could tell this is my livelihood. This is what I do. This is what I do best. This is where I belong. I don't belong way up north doing garage doors in the morning, wasting my whole day. I could be doing this all the time for you guys, for everything. This is as my job. We got another couple other review videos coming, and I'm not going to say which ones yet, but we got a couple more of them coming. We got a barn find, 2 of them, real cool cars. We got to go pick them up this week. We got the LS swap we're starting on. I've already started recording that. Just a lot of stuff, but I can't keep staying on it. I can only work an hour here or 2 hours there because this stuff's not paying nothing yet. It's not. I think to be completely honest with you guys, $100 every 3 months is what I make off of YouTube, just because my channel is not big or nothing. So that's not even. I take my wife out to dinner when we get it. That's our YouTube dinner. But if I can make a decent check on this, guys, this is what I want to do for you guys. And like I said, 1 or 2 videos a week for sure. Maybe even a couple of lives. I like to do some lives, like an hour long or something. We could work on something in the shop for about an hour, and I can kind of talk to you guys while I'm working a little bit. Keep looking at the screen, talking with you guys, just kind of interact. I want to interact. I want to see what you guys think about all this. So yeah, please, guys, do what you can for me. I thank you so much for everything else. I'll see you in the next one.